Restoring a 1970 VW bus is a project that attracts car enthusiasts, vintage lovers, and people who have a soft spot for classic vehicles. The Volkswagen bus, or Type 2, was first introduced in the 1950s and quickly became a cultural icon, especially during the 1960s and 70s. The 1970 model stands as a key point in the evolution of the bus, with its blend of classic charm and the introduction of more modern features for its time. Restoring one of these buses is no small feat, but for many, it's a labor of love. Let's talk about the initial steps in a restoration project. First, the frame is essential. The bodywork and structure of the VW bus are known to rust easily, especially around the wheel wells and lower panels. The restoration starts with assessing the condition of the body, checking for rust and rot, and seeing if any areas require replacement. Often, this is where a lot of work happens, as rust can affect the integrity of the frame. Some parts may need to be cut out and replaced with fresh metal. This is the foundation of the restoration, ensuring that the vehicle is structurally sound before moving forward. Once the frame is taken care of, the next focus tends to be the engine. The 1970 VW bus was powered by the classic air-cooled flat-4 engine, which is beloved for its simplicity and durability. Rebuilding the engine involves disassembling it, cleaning and inspecting the components, and replacing any worn parts. Parts like pistons, valves, and seals often need replacing, especially in older buses that have been sitting idle for years. Once rebuilt, the engine is reassembled, and the engine bay is cleaned and painted to prevent corrosion. Next, moving on to the suspension and brakes is crucial. The 1970 VW bus is equipped with a beam axle and torsion bar suspension in the front, and leaf springs in the rear. These suspension systems, though simple, can wear out over time. Many owners choose to replace the old parts with new or even upgraded components to improve the ride and handling. This includes shocks, bushings, and the brake system, ensuring that the vehicle is safe and responsive on the road. Then, there's the interior. The 1970 VW bus was known for its spacious, functional interior that could be outfitted for everything from camping trips to beach days. Restoring the interior involves a lot of attention to detail. You can replace old upholstery, carpets, and seat covers with vintage-style replacements or even modern upgrades that offer more comfort. The iconic bench seats in the back are often restored, and if the bus was used as a camper, the interior cabinetry, pop-top, and foldable bed are key areas of focus. It's important to preserve the nostalgia and authenticity of the original design, while also making the interior livable and practical for modern use. The exterior of the bus, of course, is where the fun really begins. The 1970 VW bus came in several bright, cheerful colors, often pastel shades like mustard yellow, mint green, and sky blue. When restoring the exterior, owners often go for a paint job that matches the original color scheme, though some like to get creative with custom designs. Body panels are smoothed and painted, often with several layers of high-quality paint to ensure durability. Chrome trim pieces, like bumpers, mirrors, and trim strips, are either re-chromed or replaced with new ones to give the vehicle that perfect shine. Electrical work is another critical step in a VW bus restoration. The electrical system in a 1970 VW is pretty basic compared to modern vehicles, but restoring it means making sure all the wires are in good condition and that the lights, turn signals, and other electrical components work properly. Some restorers may choose to modernize the electrical system slightly, perhaps upgrading to more efficient alternators or adding more modern amenities, but preserving the original feel is key. Finally, after all the mechanical, structural, and aesthetic work is completed, it's time for the final touches. This includes adding custom accessories, like a roof rack, surfboard holders, or new wheels to match the look of the bus. It's about capturing that vintage, laid-back vibe that the VW bus is known for. Restoring a 1970 VW bus can take months, even years, depending on the scope of the project and the resources available. The end result, though, is a fully restored piece of automotive history, bringing the classic VW bus back to life. The feeling of driving around in one of these iconic vehicles, with its timeless style and nostalgia, makes all the hard work and hours spent on the restoration totally worth it.